Okay, so let's jump right in. There's this quiet but unbelievably powerful revolution happening right now. And it's not taking place in some high-tech lab in Silicon Valley. It's happening in the green fields of Telangana, India. We're going to break down how this one region is totally transforming agriculture and, honestly, creating a blueprint for the future of food. The entire movement really boils down to this one core idea. It's all about putting the tools of tomorrow, we're talking modern equipment and data-driven tech, directly into the hands of farmers. The goal? To make farming not just a little more efficient, but way more profitable. This isn't just a small adjustment. It's a massive shift in how we grow things. So, that leads us to the big question we're tackling today. How on earth did this happen? How did farmers in a single Indian state become absolute pioneers, global leaders really, in what we now call climate-smart farming? Well, stick with me because we're about to walk through the key innovations that made it all possible.
And it all begins at the most basic level you can possibly imagine, the seed itself. Yep, the very first pillar of this whole revolution is about creating crops that can literally defy an unpredictable climate.
This phrase right here pretty much says it all. Crops that are resistant to the climate. The thinking is simple. Before you can build a whole new system, you've got to make the foundation stronger. And in farming, the foundation is the crop. So the question is, how do you actually do that?
Well, the answer lies in this incredible field of science called climate-smart breeding. What's so cool about this is that it's completely proactive. Scientists are essentially designing new plants that are already adapted to handle whatever the future throws at them. I mean, think about rice that can survive a sudden flood, or lentils that still give a great harvest even with less water. It's amazing.
And this just shows you what a massive difference it makes. On one side, you've got your traditional crops, right? They're vulnerable. One bad heat wave and a harvest could be wiped out. But on the other side, these new climate-smart crops, they're resilient. They bring stability and security. And that is an absolute game changer for a farmer's livelihood. It means a stable income for their family.
All right, so let's move on to the second pillar. After reinventing the seed, the revolution turned its attention to the very ground it grows in. And this isn't about getting one good harvest, it's about the long-term health of the land itself.
I love this phrase. It perfectly captures the whole philosophy. The fertility of the soil is the farmer's strength. This signals a big shift away from just using short-term chemical fixes. Instead, the focus is on building a legacy of rich, living soil by working with nature, not fighting against it.
So, how do they do it? It's basically a three-step recipe for what they call living soil. First, they create this incredibly nutrient-rich compost. Then, they introduce natural biofertilizers to make it even better. And what you get is this amazing virtuous cycle where healthier soil gives you better crops, which then helps create even healthier soil. We're talking sustainable harvests for generations.
Okay, now for the third pillar, and this is where things get really futuristic. We've got our resilient seed, we've got our healthy soil. The final piece of this puzzle is putting cutting-edge precision tools directly into the hands of every farmer.
Digital agriculture, power in the hands of farmers. Look, this is way more than just a catchy slogan. It's what's actually happening. What we're seeing is the democratization of knowledge. High-tech data and digital tools aren't just for massive corporations anymore. They're becoming essential for the small farmer.
I mean, just take drones, for instance. From up in the sky, a drone sees the entire field at once. It can spot tiny changes in crop color that might signal a pest problem, or see which areas aren't getting enough water, long before a person on the ground ever could. It's like giving farmers agricultural superpowers.
And then, down on the ground, you have what are called IoT, or Internet of Things, sensors. You can almost think of them like a nervous system for the farm. They are constantly, literally, feeling the pulse of the earth, sending back real-time data on everything from soil moisture to nutrient levels. The precision is just incredible.
So where does all this amazing data from the sky and the ground go? Straight to the farmer's smartphone. And this is the key. Decisions about when to water, how much fertilizer to use, or how to handle pests. They're all being driven by hard data now, not just tradition or guesswork. The phone has become the farm's command center. So when you put all three of these pillars together, you get something really special. This is way more than just a local success story. What's happening in Telangana is basically a green blueprint, a model that's establishing the region as a true global leader in sustainable farming. So let's just quickly recap this magic formula. It starts with climate-resistant crops. Then you plant them in healthy soil using organic management. And you watch over the whole thing with data-driven precision tools. You see? Each part is strong on its own, but when you put them together, you get a system that's sustainable, resilient, and profitable.
But at the end of the day, this is all about people. This quote says it perfectly. The hard work of Telangana's farmers is a matter of pride for us all. This isn't just a story about technology. It's really a celebration of human ingenuity, of sheer hard work, and the vision to build a better, greener future for everyone.
Which leaves us with one final, really big question to think about. As our planet faces these enormous challenges, feeding more people with the changing climate, we are all desperately looking for answers. And maybe, just maybe, one of the best answers is already growing right now in the fields of Telangana.